All right, welcome, welcome. We are here today with Claire. I know a lot of people in the Amazon Influencer program who started off really well, started with a lot of energy and some results, might feel stuck. I've heard this a lot where maybe your earnings aren't where they want to be. Maybe you're thinking this program is on its way out. It's not, spoiler alert. By the way, Claire and I will talk about all this today, but I wanted to have Claire on because she is super focused on product selection, looking at data, making sure that you're making the best choices for Amazon Influencer on site specifically, and really just putting you in the best position that you need to be in to make your time worth it and start earning what you actually want to be earning with this program. It's still alive and well. Claire, thank you for joining me. I'm excited to start talking about all these fun things. Is there anything that you want to say about the Amazon Influencer and what your thoughts are on anyone maybe feeling stuck in this program at the moment?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Those watching, I'm sorry if you're feeling stuck. Let's get you unstuck. Some practical ways that you really can scale your income and also unveiling why stuck. So to just so it doesn't feel like so much of a mystery, but why you might be making more content and not seeing more money come in. So we'll go in depth on all of that. Let's talk strategy.
Remind me again, when did you first start the program?
I started about 2.5 years ago. So I first heard about it December 2023, got approved January 2024, and then had my first full month and first earning month, February 2024. So about 2.5 years. And I remember those first few months that I was getting started and I was looking for all of the tips and tricks on YouTube. And I remember watching some of your videos that you were putting out at
That's
about
so
that
funny.
time. And so it's kind of fun to be talking to you now and kind of come full circle
Yeah.
to now, I guess, be on the other side of the table to now be helping those that are getting started and scaling to share what I've learned since then. So I've made over $150,000 in commissions in those 2.5 years and started it as a side hustle and have now grown into a business. So I absolutely love Amazon Influencer and I think it's still a really good side hustle.
Yeah. Wow. That is crazy. First of all, it's so funny too that you say you found my YouTube because I've been an affiliate marketer. Like you guys who are on my channel here probably know a little bit of my story, but if you don't, but I've been an affiliate marketer for it's going on 10 years now, which is kind of crazy. But I too started in 2023, found out about it, actually signed up, and then I actually got approved in 2023. And it had been around for a couple years, I think, at that point. But I was like, this is because I'd built blogs, I built YouTube channels, I built e-commerce business. This is so easy. If this was around when I had first dipped my toes in the water of just earning online in general, I'm like, I would have been so much more encouraged, I think, because one, it's so easy to start with. Literally anyone can do it. Two, it's little to no barrier to really to start earning. I mean, if you're serious about I'm going to make this work, literally anyone can get started with this program and earn, like you said, you started earning the next month? Hello. I think it was 9 days from the time I started my account to my very first on-site commission, which some people, and I'm in the coaching space of affiliate marketing too, some people have worked decades, literally have been building for decades and still have not seen a result. In other areas of affiliate marketing, website, blog building, that 9 days, even a month is insane to see results in. So I also love Amazon Influencer. You have blown it up. I feel like I still have my Amazon Influencer. I almost say it's a side hustle, which is a really great side hustle. But I still have my main affiliate marketing businesses with YouTube and SEO and working directly with brands. That's my main income. But I love that you, and I'll ask you a little bit about that too, but I love how data focused you are with the research behind it, because I think that's one of the things that has definitely changed since you and I first got started. Not to say you shouldn't have been, finding actually researching the products and doing your product selection with actual numbers and data behind it. But I feel like I still see some people still operating like it's the old version of the program. When you and I got started, 2022, 2023, where the main goal was just volume, like
Mhm.
just make a ton of videos. But if everyone's like uploading more videos now, especially it's been a few years since then obviously product selection and like that buyer question that you answer in your videos and all of those little elements become way more important now that the program is more saturated. And again, like that's where I think your data-driven approach is like so helpful because it gives people a way to like stop guessing essentially, because I feel like that's a lot of us creators, creative minds. It's like we just want to create. And it's like we want to create what we think other people will like, but there's numbers behind, I mean, anything online that shows what works. It shows what performs. It shows essentially what you should be making, like what you should be creating. So when someone says they've got hundreds of videos up and they've just been in that create mode and they're like, I'm still not making what I want with this. Like, what's usually the first thing that you'd look at or you'd say, hey, maybe adjust this, do you think?
Yeah. So much I agree with you there that I feel like people that are putting in the work and not seeing the results that they hoped for or maybe heard about that happened in 2023, 2024, it can be really frustrating to be putting in the time, not seeing the income follow like you expected. And I think now in 2026, it requires a lot different strategies, a little bit more advanced, not crazy complicated, but just a little bit more strategic to actually continue to make thousands of dollars per month with the Amazon Influencer Program. Because you're absolutely right that when we started, it was a volume game. You could throw up
Yes.
pretty much any video on almost any product and be making money that same week. And so I put up thousands of videos and that helped scale my income. But now, I don't know, when people ask me, like, oh, you're making thousands, like, how many videos do you have? Or how much did you make your first month? I don't actually think that those are good benchmarks anymore because that's not the strategy. And like what my first full month in the Amazon influencer program, I made $500. But that just doesn't happen as much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You can still scale to thousands your first year. I've seen it in the Build Past 1K course that I teach. I see my students scale from hundreds to thousands. So it can happen, but not using 2023 strategies of just like make a 30-second video of something around your house and throw it up and hope to earn. That's not how it works anymore.
Yeah.
So you asked like if somebody's in the situation that they've been putting out videos and not seeing the income, what's like the first thing I would point them to? The two things that I would immediately look at is their product research, kind of slash how they're acquiring the products or how they're picking products to make videos on,
Mm.
and then also their video length would be the two first
Mm.
stats that I would want to peek into to see like what's the issue there.
Interesting. Video length. That is not one that I expected you to say. But can see, yeah. And I agree with you. I also wanted to mention, Claire runs a cohort every couple months where if you have at least 100 videos up on your storefront, you can go into her 6-week program and build and grow and learn from Claire. I mean, you have blown this business up. I call it a business because that's how you look at it. It's not just a little side hustle gig. It's truly, and you've created it like your income, and now are helping people. So if you are interested in learning from Claire, it's open now. We're recording this in July, but until August 1st is when your enrollment
Mhm.
ends for this next cohort. And then you'll have another one shortly after that as well in a couple months. But I would definitely recommend checking that out. I learned from people when I was first getting started. I think it's always good to learn from someone who's actually like in the trenches, like doing the thing. I love that you're still doing the program, like you're still earning a full-time income. I mean, more than a full-time income for many people
Mhm.
nowadays from the program because things, like you said, things evolve so quickly, especially online. So like if someone went through the program and they did the thing back in 2023 when Claire and I first got started, what they would be teaching you versus what Claire is going to teach you in her program is like probably night and day because like you said, the strategy has changed, things have evolved. And what worked back then is not going to work now. And that's any business, that's anything in our world. It evolves, it has cycles, it has ebbs and flows. I guess all that to say, you're teaching what you're doing, which is always important in a coach and a teacher. It's like, anyone that I speak to online, it's like, just make sure you're learning from someone actually doing it and not just like, fluffy unicorn like mindset, which mindset is important, but it's like, there are
Only gets you so far.
fundamentals to things, yes, that someone could teach you, but there's also like the actual ins and outs, right? Like as it's happening now. So I think that that's important. So yes, I wanted to also let you guys know about that. And two, my thoughts on this, like I think at the beginning, like when someone's first getting started, I'm not always like against volume because, and this is for anything like Amazon influencer, YouTube, anything that you're doing online. I think that there is a little bit of a period of like getting reps in, but I think especially now with Amazon influencer and where it's now, I think volume without strategy, like from the beginning, one can become expensive, like in your time, because you're going to spend a bunch of time and maybe not see results as soon as maybe you want to see that first dollar come in. Um, but you can upload a lot and still just be spending your hours on like low upside products if you're not selecting products right, or videos that don't maybe answer the buyer's real questions like they need to. And this is, again, is something I think about often and consider often when I'm creating videos for YouTube, but more content is not automatically better.
I agree with you though that though Amazon influencer isn't as much of a volume game anymore to scale, I do still think that some volume at the beginning as a beginner is helpful and is a good strategy, but not because that is immediately going to scale your income to hundreds or thousands, but because putting in the reps teaches you the process. Because I think that often when people like get approved and then want to learn all of the software, all of the product research, like they got approved yesterday and now they're trying to get brand samples on day two. It's too much and it's too steep of a learning curve when I think the first learning curve that you need to tackle is how to make a like decent, pretty good video in like one take, quick, just practicing with things around your house. Not because that's going to scale you to thousands. The data says you'll likely make about $1 per video. And we could talk about like how to prioritize which products and things if you're like, Claire, I
Hmm.
need some strategy because I also at the beginning was the one like making spreadsheets of like which products to optimize for and like wanted to use all the software. But I do think that there is some aspect of getting the reps in and like you can make 50, 100 videos of things around your house in 2 weeks. And so I'm not saying focus on reps for months. I'm saying for the first few weeks, get some good reps in, not spending 30, 45 minutes per video, but spending like 2 to 5 minutes per video and just like get them up and learn from that action of like what's working.
Yes. I say that all the time with YouTube. It's like there is a period where that volume, really just the reps of getting it done, it's really just for you if you're maybe not comfortable being on video or creating review videos. Like this is what I do on YouTube too, but like it's almost like a get you comfortable on camera, get you
Mhm.
comfortable with doing the thing, period. And then there has to be a point where you're like, okay, I'm going to learn from what I did during this, and I'm going to analyze, I'm going to change, I'm going to develop skills, I'm going to test different things. There has to be a point where you're like, you're not just creating the same thing over and over and over again, just because, I mean, like, you have to test. I mean, with anything online, like you have to test, you have to try, you have to learn new things. And like you said, product selection, even being one of the biggest things there, it's like, that's a whole nother element, right? That you have to learn and really just know how to. And I love that you help with that in your program, like learn how to do it because you have to, in today's world and in the Amazon influencer program, know how to pick the best upside products. And even in YouTube too, like affiliate marketing in general, it's like you could spin your wheels and create 100 videos and maybe you have 2 that end up blowing up. Maybe you have 5 that end up blowing up. But if you're doing more of that like back end work before creating or before even making a video on something, it's like that ratio of winners or earn goes up tremendously and you're spending the same amount of time, but with way better results. Yeah. Again, not against volume, but there does have to be that point where you're like, okay, I'm going to take this. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to keep creating the same thing or doing the same thing, or maybe not researching the products. So I wanted to also ask you too, what do you think separates people from that I'm not earning what I want to? Maybe you're inconsistent with creating videos with people who are more consistent for even 5-figure months.
Yeah, it definitely is that product research. To go back to the basics of how you make money as an Amazon influencer, it's like a customer watches your video, buys the product, and then you earn a percentage commission. And so on most good products on Amazon, and good being like the product is selling at a decent rate, there are already dozens or even hundreds of Amazon influencers already on that product. And so that's a key stat that I'm looking at. And then also the customer has to watch your video. So if there's so many influencers on there, only about 10 videos can get placed on the product page at a time. And so if your video doesn't get as much watch time and helpful votes as the other videos there, then it's not likely to be placed. And we can talk about those
Hmm.
metrics too. And then also if the customer buys, then you get a percentage commission, which is great. But just back in April, Amazon decreased their on-site commission rates from about like 2 to 4%, half down. They're like
Yeah.
now about 1 to 2%. And so if I sell $100 item, I might make $1 or $2 commission on that. And so top earning Amazon influencers are also focusing on Amazon's bonus program, which is called Creator Connections. We could dive into that too. But all that to say, if a product isn't selling, then there's no customers there to watch your video. If it's already saturated with dozens or hundreds of influencer videos, then the customer can't watch your video if your video doesn't get placed. And then if the product doesn't have a bonus campaign for that, the Creator Connections bonuses can be like 10 to 50% on top of that on-site commission rate. So if it doesn't give, at least another 10% commission, then those Amazon on-site rates just don't add up very much anymore. Top earning Amazon influencers are earning about 3/4 of their income from Creator Connections. And so that
Hmm.
is where it's at. But I think what might be kind of helpful for this is I'll just go ahead and pull up a product page and we can look at these things together
Mm-hmm.
to just kind of show like, here's what a good product looks like or a bad one looks like.
Yeah. I love what you said too about even just the carousel, considering we don't have control over that. Ultimately, you have control over what you create and hopefully creating the best helpful video that someone will watch and rewatch. But even being placed on the carousel to begin with, like even just to get up there, it's like with onsite, you kind of just leaving it up to Amazon, like hoping that you're getting up there. But like once you've got a video up in the carousel, are there different things that like fire in your head that you like need to do? Like once something gets up there, you just let it run? Do you create more videos for a product? What's your kind of take on that?
I'm definitely putting more strategy into how I create the video than just like hoping and praying it will get placed on the carousel, because there are things that you can do to help it get placed. But once a video is already placed, I just kind of let it ride and don't really fuss about it. Like checking if it's still placed doesn't make you any more money. However, if I see a product in my earnings report that like it's making me money, I will go back to that product and make another video. So a lot of people
Mm,
don't know that you actually can make more than one video per product. And so if a product is a high earner for me, then I'll like double dip on that. And when I looked at the data, it said that when a product is already earning you money and you make a second video, then that takes your earnings on that product from like the 100% that you were earning to 150%. So if it was
wow.
making me $20 a month, if I then add another video, it'll be making me about $30 a month. So that's like a really quick way to increase your income.
That's a great tip. Yeah.
So I have a product pulled up here. I think this will be helpful to look at. So
Mm-hmm.
this is like a new release ice maker, or at least it was on the new releases list. And here's some of the stats that I'm looking at. I have a couple of Chrome extensions pulled up, and this one's called Jungle Scout. I use it for sales volume. And this one's called Viral View. I use it for a lot of other things. Also, this pink box is from Oink. And so if you're watching this and like you haven't used Amazon Influencer Chrome extensions before, like don't get overwhelmed. There's a lot of numbers, a lot of buttons. I'm going to tell you which ones matter. And this is also something that separates those treating Amazon influencer like a hobby and those treating it like a business is these are paid software extensions. And so buying these type of tools to be able to then pick products that will make you more money is a really good business decision. And those Amazon influencers that use at least one software make twice as much as those who don't use any. So some of the things I'm
Mm.
looking for on this are how much is it selling per month, which Jungle Scout's saying this is selling about almost 3,000 units per month. It'll also give me a graph of like how that sales volume is trending, which I like to look at. You can also look at Amazon's number of sales volume here. Also, Viral View just added its own like sales volume graph, which is also helpful if you're not ready to like jump into also getting Jungle Scout that's like more advanced. And so this can help you see like how that unit sold has been trending. So like this trending up over the last couple months, which is good. It has a creator connections campaign. Viral View will also show me this, like how much percent the campaign is for, how many days are left, what the budget is left. And I could click into this and see even more details. And then I am also interested in how many influencers are already on this product page. So there's already 22 on this product. And so that's not a complete deal breaker for me, but like I mentioned, only about 10 can be shown on the product page at a time. And so there is already more people than can fit on this page. And so they're already competing for spots. So like I said, not a deal breaker if I think I can compete, but I need to know that going in that it's not a sure placement because it's already full.
Wow. Looking at all these extensions, I mostly use Viral View. I still have all of them installed, but I think I find myself like going back to Viral View. But like you said, there's different things that each of them show. So it's almost like not one of them has all the things. Would you say that?
Yes, I think if I was just going to pick one, only one to use, I would also pick Viral View Pro. Both Oink and Viral View have a free version that people can start with to just like try it out. But Viral View Pro is I think about $70 a month, maybe a little bit less if you pay annually, but it's like it's pricey. And
Yeah.
so I know that that can be a barrier for people getting started. But if I didn't have all of this information about the sales volume, about the campaign, how many influencers are there, how many days are left in the campaign, like the average length of the video is already there. I'd be like going in blind. I wouldn't know how good
Yeah.
of a product this is. And
Right.
then I'd be making mistakes about which products I was either buying or accepting as brand samples. And it's one thing to also see the information, but it's another entirely to understand how to leverage it. So, for example, here on Viral View, you can turn on like 40 different stats. I don't use all of those. I really just focus on those ones that we talked about, the campaign, the sales volume, influencer count. And we talked briefly about like the video length. The data says the longer the influencer video, the more likely it is to be placed on the carousel.
Mm.
My internet's not quite working enough to load all of these videos right now, but if it did, what we would likely see is that the longer ones would likely have more favorable carousel placement. But Viral View is telling me the average length of those videos is a minute 15. And so that gives me a little bit of a glimpse of how hard I'd have to compete to be placed here. And
Mm-hmm.
I want to get watch time. It's not just the video length, but how long a customer is watching your video that determines
Yes.
if it's placed. It's Lauren, it's actually a 6 times better predictor of the carousel placement than conversion rate is. Like
Wow.
for a long time, I and a lot of people thought that, if a carousel's full, the videos that converted the best would be the ones at the top. And so like might as well keep your video short and sweet and just try to make your point and like try to make the sale and then you'll be placed. But that doesn't actually work. And I did that for a long time, like made a high volume of videos that were short and sweet in that like 30 to 90-second range. But then I looked at the data and learned that that wasn't actually true, that element of watch time is the best predictor that we have of if your video will be placed. So
Mm.
the two ways that you can get there are the video length and the retention that your video has throughout that length.
Yeah, which isn't surprising. I mean, YouTube's the same. Like your retention
Mhm.
rate is literally the KPI, the performance indicator that you're looking at to like make sure that your videos are are working, are being suggested. And I'm sure it's the same. I don't like study other algorithms for socials, but it's like if people are watching your stuff majority or even all the way through, which is great. I mean, that's a hard thing to get to nowadays, but it's like, yeah, it's going to be recommended, like it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
pushed. Like any platform who can see a creator's video that is actually getting attention, especially if it's helping to sell something, in this case in Amazon, right? Like
Yeah.
not just be, yeah, I mean, not surprised at all, but that is a really amazing statistic. So you use these extensions to look
Mhm.
at the data. Do you just focus on what you can do, or do you do like an audit of the carousel and what's up there already? Like, do you look at other people's thumbnails that are up there? Do you look at other people's titles that are up there? Do you watch the videos and maybe see what they miss or what are they mentioning in these videos? Because a lot of my friends who are creators and affiliate marketers, it's very polarized. Some are like, I just focus on me, I do my thing. And some are like, I study what other people do and it helps me. So I'm curious, do you look at the creative side of it at all? Or are you just looking at the numbers?
I'm mostly just looking at the numbers and
Mm,
and if I'm looking at the creative side, I'm analyzing what's working for me. So we talked
yeah.
about this element of watch time. One thing I'll do regularly and recommend in my course is that you can go to your creator hub, which is that tab off of your storefront. You go to like manage content videos, and then it has all of your videos listed. And like if you have viral view or another extension influencer fruit, it'll tell you like which of your videos is placed on the carousel. Like I said, I don't really look at that. But it will also tell you for each video how much watch time they are getting. And it'll tell you
Mm,
in seconds, but it will also tell you the percentage. We don't care about the percentage. I
mhm,
looked at the data, it doesn't matter. We care about the seconds watched. And
mm.
so I'll look at the videos that I've published recently to see like how are they doing on that metric? Like that is my KPI of video quality, and try to study like if I publish a 2 or 3 minute video and it gets an average watch time of 5 seconds, I know there was something that I did at the beginning of the video that like did not grab attention. And so I can learn from that mistake.
Yes.
And similarly, if I have a video that's getting 3, 4 minutes of average watch time, I'll be like, ooh, how did I start this? How was my retention? How was the video length? What am I doing throughout? What type of demo? What type of voiceover or comparison was working? Because then I can transfer that type of content recipe to my other videos as well.
Interesting. Yeah, I look at data. Don't get me wrong. I do not look at data like you do, but that's the great part of having different minds come together. For me, I think as a creative, like I still analyze what's working for me. I'll look at the numbers on my end and like you said, did people drop off in the first 5 to 10 seconds? Rewatch the video. What did you do? What can you do different next time? Like when you create a video next time. But I do watch other people's videos and it's not like I'm trying to do what they've done. I'm trying to do better. Like,
Yeah.
what did they miss? What did they not show about this product? Because that's another thing I'm really passionate about what I do in affiliate marketing, but I'll come over into the Amazon influencer side of things that I've worked on. I'm really passionate about like making videos on products that you actually use. It's great to get free product, and free product that you end up loving is great. When you speak about something that you love and you use, you could talk about that all day. Like you're
Yeah.
calling your mom and saying, "Mom, I got this new vacuum. Like, look at it. It's great." I just
Yeah.
think it's so much easier to speak about things that you actually use, you actually enjoy. But yeah, all that to say, I do look at videos and I do look at thumbnails. I do look at titles, but like, what did they miss, or what's something I can do a little different to maybe capture attention that they even on social media. I feel like people look at other content and try to like replicate or almost like not copy, but it's like, oh, this is working for them, so it must be working for me. I think that
Yeah.
that's almost a mistake, I think, for people to do getting started. And it's really a like disservice to yourself to not like own your creativity and own like what's different about you. Your video up on the carousel is going to appeal to someone different, especially if you look different, if you speak different, if you're a mom versus, some single guy in their garage. I mean, differentiate yourself in your content, I think is super important to consider. But what do you see most people who maybe they're new to the program or maybe they're not, maybe they've been in it a while. What do you think people do too much that is like a mistake that you see people making?
Oh, yes. Brand samples. And not that a brand sample is innately bad, but it goes back to product research. Once you start growing as an Amazon influencer, you'll get to this transition point where you run out of things around your house and you recognize that in order to keep growing, you'll need more products to scale. Like, that's true. You're going to need more products to make more videos to make more money. But the problem is that people aren't being selective enough about those products. They'll either get inbound messages from brands offering them samples, which is really fun, or they'll learn how to reach out to brands on Creator Connections for products, which can also be fun. And brands will say, yes, I'm sending it to you. And the free product will show up on your doorstep. And it honestly is really exciting. It's fun for a while until you realize that those products aren't ever hitting your earnings report. And it goes back to those same product research things that we talked about. Like, does it have the Creator Connections bonus?
Yeah.
Is the product selling? How many influencers are already there? Is there an upper carousel, that spot at the top of the product page where your video can actually be seen?
Yeah.
Because if none of those are true, or like if all those are, bad sign, then it doesn't matter if you got it for free. Essentially, your video is the free sample to the brand if you're
Right.
not making money out of it. They are getting work out of you. And so you should be having that product work for you as well. And so I think a lot of people get stuck here, that they end up spending months or maybe even years posting hundreds of videos on free products that really aren't scaling their income. And then they wonder, like, well, why? I'm putting out the content. Why isn't this actually making me money? And it goes back to that. A lot of people think like the option is brand samples or product research, but product research matters for however you get the product. You have to know how it will earn you money. And then you can just choose, do you buy it yourself or do you get it as a brand sample? And I do some of both. And I think most Amazon influencers will do some of both, investing in really great products or getting good products as brand samples as well.
Yeah, totally agree. It's fun being reached out to. It's fun being sent things. It's fun to get free products like that you didn't expect to. I wanted to bring this up too because I do live offsite and I love even beyond the Amazon influencer program, like affiliate marketing. But I feel like with offsite, those like brand samples, you can angle them in a way where like on Amazon, someone might not be finding that organically, like finding that product and ending up on that product page. But if you're on YouTube or you've got a blog or something like that, where you almost can control how the product is angled, I almost think that brand samples are a better use of your time. Yeah, it is a different game, and again, it's fun, and I guess a way to get your reps in. But I agree. I don't think for, I guess, like ROI, like return on your investment of time, it's not always the best thing to focus on. To recap a little bit, so what's working right now? So obviously better product research. Claire's talked about that a lot. We talked about watch time being one of the most important KPIs to look at, especially with on-site and making sure that your videos get placed on the carousel. I think video quality, we've kind of both like touched on that. And when I say quality, I don't mean like you've got a better camera or you've got a better mic. Like quality meaning clarity. It means making a video more useful, making sure that you're answering the questions that need to be answered, and all the things that go into making a great video, which I believe you also cover in your program, right?
I would say my main measure of quality is that watch time. Like, if you're spending more work time on a video, but it's not leading to the customer watching more of it, then it's wasted time. So like doing fancy edits or having fancy gear, it really doesn't matter for Amazon influencer.
Yeah, I agree. It's almost, I think there was a point in time where creation, even just content creation, did go through almost its like polished, scripted,
Mhm.
I don't know how else to say it, but just a
Like
very like
prettier and
put
prettier
together.
content.
Yes,
Yes,
like
yes,
very like
yes.
put together, where now I think the era that we're in right now, it's like people just want you, like they want to get to the point, they want to know you actually use the thing. they want it to look real, like not like a
Right.
setup. Not saying that videos can't convert, but like set up in a studio and like things like
Mhm.
that. I feel like are almost like subconsciously in people's minds where it's like they know what's happening. Like people know about affiliate marketing. People know you're earning from these videos. Like
People know you're trying to
people
make money.
know
Yeah.
when you're trying to like sell something too hard, or like try too hard. And I think that like content creation, again, in the era that we're in, I think like obviously you want to make sure people can hear you and understand what you're saying, and same with video, but it's like
Yeah.
the fancy equipment is not needed.
I totally agree. And Lauren, I am so fascinated by this because I've like actually seen a couple of social media studies about like the people like filming the same content, one version with like a studio lighting setup, edits, and then the other version like just filming it with the iPhone front camera. And like literally the iPhone front camera does better.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we did go through this period where content was getting more and more polished, prettier, the influencers were getting prettier, and then
Mhm.
AI. And now
Mm.
everything that's polished looks fake, like
Wow,
literally
yeah.
made by a computer. And so I think that rawness, the messiness, the oops, I dropped the product mid-sentence or whatever that happens, kids playing, dogs barking, it makes you human, and I think
Mhm.
that makes the content more relatable, and it actually does better when it is less perfect.
Yeah. I've actually tested this too on my own on some of my YouTube channels. I've tested this in like just recently. So I can't say for sure. This has been like the past 45 days, but like completely unedited, not editing out my ums, not editing out like, a little bit of dead air. Like if I had 10 seconds of dead air, that's a completely different thing, but I try to do it like all in one take where it's like I'm just speaking to my friend, my mom, on the phone, like, or to, like in the camera, and they're converting so far in the past 45 days because I have videos, like polished videos of the same product. Editing out my ums, making, putting transitions, some little text pop up, like things that I've been doing. And the unedited versions are converting better, like in the past 45 days. So that's interesting too. Yeah, I do think, and I didn't even like put the two and two together, but you're right. Like
Mm,
I mean, AI creation, it's like where something looks perfect, almost looks, it's like fake.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just not relatable.
Saying about, like, products that you actually use and, like, sharing a real experience, I think that that's key too. That and I like, my earnings data supports it, that my top earning products are things that I actually love, and it's because and, like, their product page stats were good too when I got them, but it's because that authenticity and passion about, like, "Here's how I use it, here's why I use it, here's why it's the best ever," and, like, that energy and story as well of, like, why I got it, that tells, and that does well, and it gets retention, and I think sometimes people try to sterilize their Amazon videos, like, I'm just gonna be like the mannequin for this product and just share the stats of like, Here's the hairbrush 3000 and it comes in 3 colors
I
and
literally hate that.
ugh, ugh. It's like people are watching your video because they already read the product page stats and that didn't answer their question. They needed like a human's real opinion. And of course, if you're doing like tech products, you might need to lean a little heavier on the
Mhm.
stats because that's like what people care about for their tech. But if you're not reviewing like laptops or gaming computers or something, then lean into your story. The like, I bought this because we use it
Yes.
for. One thing I don't like about it is would I rebuy this, yes or no? And that story gets the watch time because people are invested and then your video is placed and you're able to make money and you really don't have to worry about closing the sale. Like the sale's going to happen. You don't have to be all salesy weird about like go ahead and add to cart now, buy it. Like Amazon
Yeah.
actually doesn't like those type of hard
Yeah.
CTAs. Like just say, hope that was helpful. You can follow me for more if you'd like, because those things you can say, you can ask people to follow your storefront. But beyond that, like just let it be chill.
Yeah, that's literally one of my biggest pet peeves. I'm like, I read the specifications. Like, I know everything about this product. Tell me
Yeah.
something else. Like, even as a consumer, but definitely like as a creator and as an affiliate, it's like, give something. Like, tell
Yeah.
them, like you said, at least just like, why did you buy it? Like, what problem did you have that you were trying to solve, like with this product?
Hmm.
Something, that is like a little personal. Yeah. That is, like, one of my biggest pet peeves, so it's funny that we, like, mentioned that. If someone feels stuck, so, like, if someone has hundreds of videos up and someone feels stuck, like, someone who's maybe been in the program trying to get to my question here, been in the program for years and years, and it's like, maybe they saw that spike at the beginning like you and I had, like, when we first started, but maybe now at this point, it's kind of plateaued or gone down, where it's like they just feel stuck. What would you suggest to them? Like, would you suggest starting a whole nother account or like continuing on with the one that they have and just learning, doing different things and essentially following like your process, like your strategy
Sure.
with what you
Yeah.
teach?
Yeah. Good questions. I don't want this to sound blunt because you said like someone doesn't want to overhaul their strategy, but like if your strategy is not working, it probably needs an overhaul. But and so that you don't feel overwhelmed about like all the things to do. I'm going to give you a few like most important things
Yes.
to focus on and then a couple like quick wins that you could implement today. So most important things to focus on that product research, focusing on products with creator connections campaigns that are selling and second thing about your video quality, the watch time. Like go to your creator hub, see what type of watch time you're getting, aim for at least a minute. That could be overall for your storefront, try to get there over time. And for the new videos that you're putting out, try to get at least a minute of watch time. But in order to do that, your videos will have to be at least a couple minutes long because not everybody's going to watch the whole video. So, like, aim for like 2, 3 minutes if you're previously doing like 1 minute videos, which most Amazon influencers are. The other thing I would say is that the data says spending longer working on each of your Amazon videos doesn't lead to more money per video. And so simplify your process. If you are editing a lot or planning a lot or adding like AI voiceovers or like scripting, just like really cut that down. Just like turn on the camera, be a human, talk about the product, let it be imperfect, let the dog bark or whatever, and then just post it. Simplify. I really do think that those are the biggest things, and those are the biggest things that my course focuses on as well. And then after you kind of have that foundation, you can add additional things on. Like there are so many income streams that you can earn with in just Amazon influencer, but then also, like you were saying, Lauren, with affiliate marketing in general. And Amazon influencer on site video is like the gateway side hustle into affiliate
Yes.
marketing. Like you're practicing these type of skills of like how to make a video, how to talk about a product, how to be good on camera, how to use some tools to help you in your work because all of those are transferable to other parts of like the social commerce industry which is continuing to grow. And so even if like you're stuck with Amazon influencer and don't want to revamp the strategy, like don't want to give it another try, like that's fine. It doesn't have to be the perfect fit for everybody, but social commerce, like people buying products because another human talked to them about it, is growing immensely. And I do think that that is worth being a part of and transferring some of those skills over to other parts of the arena.
Yes, could not have said it better myself. And that was, I think, one of the like main things that got me really excited about when I discovered Amazon influencer was because, like, obviously, like me being an affiliate marketer outside of Amazon before that, like I could just see the percent, like essentially, like you just said, it's the literally the gateway, like it's the gateway side hustle
Yes.
to so much opportunity out there online. Like I could sit here for like days, weeks, like and talk about it. And I try to talk all my friends into doing it. It's for some, it's not others. But like truly the skills that you build with Amazon Influencer can go so far beyond the program. There's so much opportunity that many people don't even know about. But if you can learn, like you just said, Claire, like if you can learn how to make helpful product videos, if you can learn like how to understand buyer intent and explain why someone should or shouldn't buy something, those skills like can apply to so many other things. YouTube, brand direct affiliate programs, creator connection, like brand deals, so many things that we could go on and on about, but it is such a truly invaluable like nowadays skill to have, especially obviously if you're trying to earn online. Not to get all serious on you, but like online income, which I'm sure Claire could say the same, has truly changed my life. I was a waitress. I had 3 jobs. I was pregnant like up until the time I literally had my son like over 10 years ago. I was working like 16-hour days, like exhausted, literally passed out in the bathroom. Like I know what it takes to live nowadays, but like taking this opportunity and like really like just betting on yourself and believing in yourself, believing that you can do it is like, and learning these skills. And actually, like me and Claire have talked about this whole time, looking back and learning from what you're doing, not just doing something to do something, is such an invaluable skill to have, can literally change your life. If you don't know already, like my family and I have been traveling the country for the past, it's almost 2 years now. Like literally have been on vacation for almost 2 years. When we tell people we've been traveling, we've hit 29 states, they're like, some people just can't comprehend like the life that I live. And I'm so grateful for it. But like literally without affiliate marketing, without online income would not be possible. Like, so we're able to have that. Like Claire's replaced full-time income and more, like, and some, with just Amazon influencer alone. Like this opportunity is not going anywhere. It's something I think everyone, if you're like truly serious about owning your time, having freedom in your life, being able to live your life before your knees are giving out. And even if you're like later on in your life, I have people who like start affiliate marketing. I know them like personally. They start affiliate marketing in their 70s. And it's essentially just like a retirement boost, like income boost, which is great too, you know? It's just like, can't say enough about it. Would 100% recommend, bet on yourself, learn these skills, learn if you want to, if you feel stuck, like if you're in that spot where like you've got into the Amazon influencer program, you've created videos and you want to learn from someone actually doing it and you want to learn a strategy that's working right now, I would definitely get into Claire's program, the Build Past 1K. It's, you have to have 100 videos, is that correct, on your storefront to get in there. But would definitely recommend doing that if you're in that spot, if you're feeling stuck, if you maybe don't know how to move forward, if you're like Claire just said, maybe you feel like you need an overhaul, maybe you earned at one point and your earnings have gone down, whatever the case may be, learning from Claire especially will be a really great thing for you. So I'll link her cohort below. The one that's starting soon starts in August, beginning of August, but another one will start shortly after that, and enrollment will open for that. I was gonna say too, I love how your course, you don't have to show up live for it. Like it's no like live sessions where you feel like you have to like schedule your whole day around. It's like, because like real people, we have things going on. Like I'm a mom, I'm traveling, I have things that I want to like have to do and then like want to do. So I love the way that it's delivered also, because you can like do it on your own time and it's not something you have to feel like pressured into doing or like again rescheduling things around. But overall, one of the best, in my opinion, Amazon courses that you guys can get into. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link below. Is there anything else you can think of that we should discuss, that we should talk about, that we should give tips on?
What I would leave people with is, if Amazon influencer hasn't worked for you yet, it's not you. Like, it's not that you aren't pretty enough or don't have the right education or aren't like good enough on video. It's likely just the products that you're making content on. And once you like fix that and then like make some tweaks to your video, some tweaks to your workflow, I really have seen that anybody has what it takes to scale to thousands. I like see it again and again with the students in my course, like stuck making hundreds a month, which is like good for a side hustle. But if you do want to scale, Amazon influencer still works. Like the program isn't dead. It's just in a new era where it does require some more intentionality, more strategy. And the 2023 strategy of just like film 30-second videos of things around your house isn't working. And like free brand samples that like don't have those good juicy product page stats like we talked about, those aren't going to work for you either. But the commission structure of like make videos, earn money, it does still work. And
Yes.
I would love to teach you guys how. Like Lauren mentioned, I teach a 6-week course where I teach everything that I know. It's not a beginner course, it's intermediate. It's like you're going and you want to scale hundreds to thousands or low thousands up from there. And the next one starts at the beginning of August. Signups close August 1st. If you don't make that one or it's not a good fit, the next one is in October, then probably December after that. So we run it about every 2 months. So I'd love to teach you. Go ahead and check it out if you want some more details. And if you want to connect with me, I am on socials as Data Coach Claire. You can also email me at hello@datacoachclaire.com.
Awesome. I'll tag your YouTube and everything else below too. So if you're watching this later on and maybe you didn't get into the August one, you want to get into October, December, or even after that, I'll put all your contact info below. And the link will still work like
Mhm.
for all the different ones, that I'll
Yeah.
put below. So, hop into there. Like I said, like Claire said, probably have a part two because I feel like I can still talk so much about this. So, once we get that put together, we'll have that here for you guys too. But thanks for tuning in. I think that's all we've got, and we will see you guys soon.